Geopolitical Experts. I hope everybody's been studying and is ready to talk about all the things going on in the world. I know I'm not, but I'm sure one of you two are. Brought to you by FOMO, best multi-chain trading experience in the game. Go download it today. Promo code RISKON for 10% off all of your trading fees. Join us there while we all still lose money. But maybe the next runner will come, the next punch, the next penguin, whatever it is. You'll find it on FOMO. What's up, boys? We got Sats here live from a war zone.
Oh,
from the streets of Dubai.
Oh, you guys can see me and hear me? Oh, I thought I was dealing with tech. I'm dealing with imaginary tech issues. What is going on here?
I mean, the wall behind you just says you're in Dubai.
Oh, does it? Fuck. A good thing or a bad thing, man? Fuck.
I mean,
a bad
what
thing
is
right now.
behind you? Is that like a golden volcano?
It's my fine art. It's my fine Dubai art. Can you get off my fucking ass, please, mate?
So Sats is alive. What's going on? How is can you give our listeners like what's it like being in a war zone right now?
For the record, we started the show late because Sats was weaving through traffic in Dubai, getting around actual Iranian missile shrapnel on way. And this is not a joke. We have evidence. We have evidence.
To be clear, this evidence is from 2 days ago. I was not weaving around Iranian missiles getting here. It's actually pretty chill. It's actually pretty chill right now. Like, there's not really a lot going on.
So where was this?
This was at the gym. This was at the gym 2 days ago. I rolled up. There's police everywhere. I was saying to everyone, like my family, I was going, no, it's really chill here. Yeah, I pulled up to the gym. Shrapnel on the floor from missiles shot down in the sky. Not ideal at all. But shit we have to go through. I don't really have a choice but to stay here right now. And honestly, it's not too bad. I don't want to be a copa. I don't want to be a Dubai copa right now. But it's it could be worse. It could be worse. You could be in the UK. So,
well, if you follow your favorite influencers on X right now, those who are in Dubai would make it seem like it is truly chaotic in a war zone. But you're saying that's not the case.
No, that is not the case. Life is still continuing like normal here. Like people are still on the beach. People are still on sun. That might say otherwise. These screenshots might say otherwise.
This is the gym also. This is
also the gym. This is where that hit, like the bit of a shrapnel hit.
And these are pictures you took?
These are pictures I took. Yeah. These are pictures I took.
And you just went right into the gym. You're like, all right, I guess I got to go lift some weights now.
Yeah. I went straight into the gym. I had a nice swim. I had a nice sauna after as well, and a steam. So, normal
Not
day.
All heroes wear capes.
So Sats was sweating it out, but it was really just from the sauna. So
no, quite literally. But other than that first day, where like the apartment was shaking and shit because missiles were landing and shit like that. Other than that first day, it's been pretty quiet on the Middle Eastern front right now.
I've seen the joke like you traded no income tax for this no less than 5,000 times on Twitter. Like people think that's the funniest joke in the world.
People are loving that one. And it was a good trade. So
there's some people talking about the new trade being shorting the Dubai housing market. You buying that or not?
I'm not buying that right now. I would be buying any crazy dips in the Dubai housing market. I feel like this place is still going to be the same. Is like no one seems to really care here. Like it seems to be like the media portrays a very, very different reality to what's actually going on. And I know you guys probably saw the Ian Miles Chung video, and he's in one of the clubs in Dubai, and he's making it look like the worst place ever.
I don't even know who that is, man.
Yeah, you're lucky. I'm telling you, you're
Ian
lucky.
Chung, I don't know that.
I'll send the tweet in the group chat in a sec. Honestly, that was the worst video to come out of this whole fiasco, and that was nothing to do with missiles. That was just him being cringe as fuck.
It's
not too bad
at a beach club. Well, missiles.
It was worse. It was worse. It kind of just sums up the whole of like what Dubai is like, especially the nightlife shit of what he does here, and it was pretty bad. But yeah, other than that, calm. I know. Was it one of the big American guys got fooled by AI? It was a video of the Burj Khalifa burning, and it was just an AI video.
Probably.
Yeah.
You're going to see a lot of that coming out in the next few weeks, I feel like.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So you're stuck in Dubai for a while now. It sounds like
Mhm.
you're just never leaving. Maybe you'll just become a Dubai guy.
I think that's the way it's going at the moment. I'm just going to become a Dubai guy.
A lot of Boogles live in Dubai. You can become a Boogle and just move to Dubai.
I don't know if that's a great, like, well, I've seen what happened with your Boogle. Top,
The absolute top. Yeah.
the
The
Pico
most
top.
expensive Boogle in
Ever.
history
The most
that you
expensive
don't
Boogle in
even
history.
make your profile picture anymore.
Yeah.
It's kind of a flex, isn't it?
What, that you don't have it profile pictured?
That I have the most expensive Boogle ever purchased, and it's not even my profile picture.
How much did you pay for it again? I'd love to remind us.
Too much, way more than I will never live this down. And I don't even, I should have realized a tax loss on it or something, but I can't even do that.
It is a flex, aside from the fact that probably 85 to 90% of our listeners don't even know what Googles are.
It's
or
an
that you
OG
have
Solana
one,
thing.
or that you have one.
It's an OG Solana thing that Gab convinced me was a good idea.
So
I'm
Gab
with you
convinced
though.
you to buy
I've
the
never,
top.
to this day, I could realize a nice loss on some of my Solana monkey business that I bought near the top on, but I just hold them. I don't expect them to come back. It's just a part of the lore now, part of the history.
Well,
just,
Boogle is more of a lifestyle thing than it is, just an NFT,
Google's a lifestyle thing. I've read it all. The Boogle lifestyle. What is that? Buying the 250 NFTs? That is a lifestyle.
It's just having expensive NFTs and being like, you know what, I have a really expensive NFT. Fuck you.
Yeah, I guess so. To be fair, I got a few puppets still.
I
Unfortunately,
have so many puppets.
yeah, unfortunately,
I actually lost my seed phrase for my puppets. I'm fairly certain, and I can't recover them.
Probably
so
a positive. You probably don't even want to see it.
I think I have 10 of them still, and they're just gone forever.
Sweet Lord.
I
think
have
that'll
screenshots
total.
of them though.
I think you're down $400, so no worries.
$400.
Yeah, no, I think the total of them is probably worth $400.
Oh yeah, I mean, dude, I paid half a Bitcoin for my profile picture. Like an idiot.
Sweet fucking Lord.
Like an idiot. So no big deal. We'll just move on from this. So, anyways, war breaks out. Sats is stuck in Dubai. Bitcoin bounces. We hit 70K yesterday.
not initially though.
Not initially.
So our last show was Friday
A
morning,
week ago today.
Eastern time. And this was before anything had started, right? So timeline of events, especially from like a price standpoint, obviously this was the first attack hit post market close. And obviously the only thing open really trading is crypto. And it was destruction for, I think BTC went down to like 63K. Alts were a bloodbath. And then Saturday morning, we had the aggressive bounce, I believe. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. Bitcoin was up like 5.5%.
Ran all the way back up to 7. I think it touched 70K. Alts recovering. And now we kind of seem to be in limbo where it's like, I think there was a little pre-excitement. People thought it was going to be a Maduro situation where everything ended in 2 days. But as it turns out, this is a little bit more complex of a situation. And so we're midway into the week now, and there is a lot still happening, which we can get into. But I think prices in both equities and crypto seem to be trying to navigate where they want to end up. So yeah.
Yeah, isn't Nasdaq down a lot today? I haven't checked the price today.
Yeah,
I think
my equity portfolio is getting fucking hammered right now. SPX down 2%, 2.4%. It's bouncing. It's recovering a little bit right now, but Bitcoin's holding strong. Bitcoin's at 69 right now.
Oh, is it?
68.8.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Bitcoin looks great. As a Bitcoin dip buyer myself, with an average entry a little bit below $65,000, I'm quite happy with this.
There you go, man. We're fucking back. No.
Fucking back. I'm up a few percentage points on Bitcoin.
I did notice. I tweeted this yesterday. Bitcoin was up 5.5% on the day, and my whole timeline was people crying that new pairs weren't doing well.
Because no one owns Bitcoin.
No one owns any Bitcoin. I don't think anyone holds even Solana anymore. I think Axiom released the you can hold USD1 and USDC on Axiom at the bottom. Everyone swapped out Sol, and now everyone's just stabled at the bottom. It's kind of a movie. It's kind of a fucking movie.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. I mean, I don't know. The Bears seem to be fully in charge here. I mean, we got Ben Cowen and Bob Lucas kind of really taking the charge here. Cowen has been just insufferably bearish. He's been worse than me, honestly. More annoying, but they've been right. The Bears have been right. And I know, Swizzle, you have a long history with Cowen, and you kind of dislike him strongly. Can you kind of walk through the history of him for our listeners who might not know who he is and his importance to crypto and what he's saying right now?
Yeah, I mean, disclaimer, I'll say I respect him greatly, but I also think he's got to have the most punchable face on all of the entire X app. I think so the history, and there's others who have followed him for much longer and more extensively than myself. I think there's a big cult behind Ben Cowen, but he was very vocal. I want to say starting in October, where maybe even earlier, where he kind of called the top. He was very much of he's very strong in the 4-year cycle, follows it to a T. Doesn't really believe in like geopolitical events mattering, doesn't believe in like economic conditions and all this. He just believes in the 4-year cycle. He's been very right. And I think he was one of the few people early in October when 1010 hit, who kind of said, yeah, this is it, alongside people like Chris Bernisky, who I think took a much more measured and like apologetic approach, where he was like, hey, I want things to go well, but like these are the conditions. Whereas Ben Cowen is just there's an arrogance to it. There's an attitude of like, this is the way it's going to be because of these lines that I draw. And he's been very right. Now the counters, I just can't look at his face.
Oh man, bro, he's been through the ringer, bro. His hairline's gone.
He selected this profile picture, by the way. Like this is not us.
That's that's got to be a good picture of him then.
That's a
LinkedIn headshot right there. That's a LinkedIn headshot.
Yeah, but like imagine like you have to go through all of the pictures of you and you pick a good picture of yourself, and he was like, "This is it."
It's the face of a guy who's very happy when other people lose money, I think.
You don't like this guy, do you? You do not like this
guy.
I
don't like the tone, but I'll bring it back to, if you go back to the previous cycle, he did this once again, was very accurate on time and top. But what you have here, and I think is, when these voices start to get louder, I think it's just something that's for the people who are newer to the space. You look at it and you realize like someone like this, he could nail everything and be right. Maybe he piles back into Bitcoin like at the true lows. But what happened last time was, he was basically, anytime there was a counter trend rally, he was saying this is just, going to be a weak rally. This is going to, this matches up with, all of our, critical line, support lines and everything. And basically is going to kept calling for lower the whole way back up. So he timed the top, he accurately predicted everything. And then I think this is when Bitcoin ran from like, what was the big run up from like 15K all the way up to 50K or something like that. He was basically saying it was a fake out the whole time and advising people that we were staying in bearish conditions. So I guess I bring it up for the sole reason of like, at what, we have to acknowledge that a lot of us were overly optimistic. We battled the sentiment and the clear, like, technical indicators that showed Bitcoin had signs of weakness and was going to fall apart. He was one of the first people to say altcoins, you should not be in altcoins, even as Bitcoin was rallying to its new highs back in August, September, October. But I think the question I have is like, especially for you guys, like Wood, you've been in multiple cycles now, Sats, you've been in multiple cycles. These people who kind of make up their identity around being bearish, like at what point do you start to think about saying, okay, they've been right and we should continue to follow them? Or do you start to go against the grain a little bit? Because from my experience, he's going to keep calling for lower. Other bears are going to keep calling for lower until they're wrong. and they'll have the clout. They'll be able to say that they were right over and over again. But at what point do you adjust? Because when we do have a reflexive bounce, like these guys are not going to believe that it's a material bounce, right? Like they will not acknowledge that until there's a confirmation way higher. He'll probably flip bullish when we're, established above 110,000 or something like that, at which point you've missed the trade. So I'm curious, maybe Sats, I'll go to you. Like, how do you think about, these guys who have actually been right more than others? Like, how do you take, now that we've been in bear market conditions for so long, like how do you take what you read from them and kind of apply it to what you're going to do from a trading standpoint?
Well, I would start off by saying don't read at all. I think like just having, I know people scroll the timeline, you end up scaring yourself into not making actual like clear and cut decisions. And usually a lot of people think they don't know best, and they probably do, especially when it comes to this. At the end of the day, you're the only one who knows your own portfolio. You're the only one who knows how much you're willing to risk on certain things. And when you're listening to guys like Big Ben over here, yeah, like he's trading with a very different size. He's trading with very different expectations, and he will get bullish when he feels like it's literal certainty. And you don't make money in a certain market; you make money in an uncertain market. So it's about taking risks when he isn't confident, and when others aren't very confident, and you're the only one who can make that decision. And you might log on to this podcast, and us three retards might be sitting there saying, "Well, wow, I'm so bullish," and we might call the local top. That well and truly might happen, but at the end of the day, we're going to try and we probably just have different risk parameters to Big Ben over here and Big Bob. To be fair to Bob Lucas, he's
much more measured, much more objective.
Much more measured. He nailed some good moves in the bull. But another thing, it's like you don't want to overload with information, especially in the bear market. I would say keep your own charts very simple. Like for me, I literally just work on EMAs, like long-term EMAs, like 4-hour EMAs. 1-day EMAs, and work off that. I ignore every other opinion on the timeline because I think that's the most healthy. And that's why I bought Solana way back in the day when it was ripping up. And we had people like Donald literally shitting on Solana as it ripped every single day.
Yeah, I remember those.
There you go. Yeah, exactly. So we're always going to have people screaming and shouting that the bull market's not back, and they may well truly be right, and they probably are right near term. But it's about what do you see as fair value?
Now the flip side of that, like I do wish I had read some of these guys and paid a little more attention, just in the sense of like when Ben Cowen was aggressively calling the top and for a correction, when Chris Berniski was, I think Bob did as well. Like, I think when you're fully exposed and everyone's bullish and like conditions are good, I think that might be a good time to consider the counterpoint that's unpopular and to actually think about like, okay, I can agree or disagree, but like, is what they're saying have some validity in terms of like, are there some indicators that make sense? And therefore, do I need to at least hedge a little bit? Like, I wish I had listened to that and hedged a little more than I did and gotten out sooner. Versus like now these guys have been right for a long time. And now I kind of think about like, okay, Bob Laukus, like he's much more of if you follow these guys and you understand where they come from, he's much more of like a short time horizons trader, right? So when he points at this, he's probably not referring to what's going to happen in the next 6 months. He's talking about like, I'm focused on what looks like more probabilistic to happen in the next 2 weeks. Whereas I think Ben Cowen is like, everything is a 4-year cycle. Like I'm predicting exactly where we'll be at and exactly what will happen all the way up to October of 2026. So I think you have to understand their perspectives a little bit too. And maybe when they are saying something and it's based on real indicators and it's very much an unpopular opinion as opposed to now consensus agreement and they're the main character, like easy to say that in the moment, but like that would be where I would probably give more credence to what these guys are saying.
I actually hate the big leg lower. Like fuck it now, man.
Yeah.
How many more big legs down can we have?
I distinctly remember Chris Berniski shitting on the meme coin supercycle thesis and shitting on us being back and Bitcoin having a leg up and being openly bearish during that whole time and being so painfully wrong. And then he kind of flipped bullish too late, and now he's bearish again. But like these guys all just kind of go wherever the wind blows, and like a lot of them kind of look for page views. I think being a bear right now is no different than being a bull at probably like 90K, let's say, on the way up.
Right? Yeah, I would say that's accurate. Yeah, 95K.
95K bull. You're a mega bull. You're saying we're going to 250 in the next 2 months. Like that's what's going to happen. We are all riding their dicks. We're all ready to like call Murad or whoever else these Bitcoin bulls. Rex is saying we're going to 250. We're at 100K, and everyone's like, oh, or Pigeon, for example. Pigeon was another bull market hero. And these guys, they're bullish, but like they're bullish. We're 10% from the top, 20% from the top. The time to have been a mega bull was 80% ago. The time to have been, these guys called it great, but like continuing on here, I think is a little much. And like all great bulls do, they continue to bull post at 120. They keep calling for 250. Then we start going down a little bit. We're at 110. Like, oh shit, 250 still on the cards. And all of a sudden we're at 80, and they're clearly wrong.
This is the one I was referring to, by the way, Wood. This was October 16th. He posted this. So, but your point is right. Like the reality is these guys are going to post all these theses, and what we ignore, we will latch on to the time they're super right or they're super wrong. And the reality is like these guys are going to be right at times and wrong at times. And I think when they're too steadfast in their convictions, and this is where I take issue with a guy like Ben Cowen, who's like disrespectfully bearish, and like anyone who disagrees with him and thinks about touching crypto right now is crazy. But like this one, he was dead on, Wood, right? Like he posted this 5 days after the 10/10 liquidations, and no one thought this was the case at the time. But you're right, he was also dead wrong about, I think he said the whole meme coin super cycle thing was ridiculous. So like he's been wrong, but this one was
what was the date on this?
Call. October 16th. October 16th.
You know a guy who on 10/5, 5 days before 10/10, tweeted out asking if Ansem was still right?
Fucking hell, man.
Oh, October 6th, sorry. 4 days.
Oh, here he is.
4 days before 10/10 happened.
Look at this guy.
I didn't realize I commented on
calling the top. And
I can't believe
what did Swizzle say?
Tweet,
don't think we go, oh, Swizzle's calling me wrong.
I didn't say you're wrong. I think I'm saying Ansem.
I said it was a technicality. I said he was still going to be right. We were still going to go lower.
Oh, I was calling Ansem out because he was doing a little bit of the flip-flop posting, right?
Yeah, he was doing flip-flop posting. But he got psyoped into flipping bullish right 4 days before.
That was comical.
4 days.
Understandably so, by the way. Understandably so. That was the most insane, just trajectory of chaos that we've seen in a long time.
Yeah. Didn't he end up buying the top? I think I did as well. I think I added at the top when he flipped back bullish. I was like, wow.
He bought back into like 120K, I think.
Yeah. No, I think it was like 95 or 100 or something. We were like trending upwards, or maybe even higher. I don't even remember what the price was at this point, but we torpedoed from there, and it's been down only since. And then we kind of V-recovered, right?
His own tweet, by the way. This is crazy. This is like when you responded to yourself on the pod. This is basically what you've done here. You've done the podcast equivalent. Brought up your own tweet.
We're talking about the most followed and respected economist, and Wood pulls up his own post. Guys with multiple cycles of using intense technical analysis to make predictions, and Wood just
such what
his gut
tweets on October 6th. What if Ansem's right? It's unbelievable. I love it.
Unbelievable. Some people use technical indicators. Some people just have a big pair of testicles, and they put them
just
on the
feel it in their loins. Yeah, Wood just feels it in his loins. His plums.
But I do think the funny thing is like we all idolize these bulls. These bears are going to be idolized. Their time will pass too. Like this will pass. It might take some time. Everything feels a little shaky right now, but we'll be back. These guys won't be the main characters forever. Thank goodness. We'll have idiots like Pigeon and like Rex and myself.
Wood. Yeah, and me.
And myself and
Swizzle.
Sats and Swizzle talking about, going up and up and up forever.
Bring back Bonk Guy and Murad. Bring
God
back.
damn it, please do.
Man,
One topic
can't wait for that.
I want to ask you guys. I had this thought this morning. I don't think we're ever going to see a new $1 billion meme again.
Oh, wow.
Can you tell me if you agree or disagree with that, Swizzle?
Man, I want to disagree with you so badly. I think dilution is such a significant problem, though.
I've got it. I think
I will. Hang on. I'll say this, and then I'll let Sats go. I'm not going to say never, but I think certainly it's not going to be a regular occurrence as it was. So I don't want to rule out the possibility that we have some anomaly, but more than 1, 2, 3 times again, very improbable.
I think we do, but it looks very, very different, and it is extremely illiquid. And I think you both know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And I don't think that will ever change. I don't think that is how runners are now. And we never see something like WIF ever again. And we never see something as liquid as WIF with zero supply control. I just don't think that happens. And that's me being completely objective from a launchpad perspective. It would make sense for me to sit here and say to people, yeah, we're going to have loads of $1 billion runners on pump and bonk, and the trenches are going to live on forever, and they're going to be liquid as fuck. But that's just not reality, and I would simply be lying to people. I don't think it's possible. Too many people got burnt. Too many people made money and off ramped it. Like it won't come back to play. So if we do, it will look very, very different to what we knew in 2024.
Wait, so let me ask you guys a related question, similar. Do you guys think there will be another successful TGE of, one, like basically the way we've seen past TGEs where companies raise money, have hyped up token launch, do their ICO, TGE, whatever you want to call it. Can the era of there still being a successful launch and a sustained, performing token, can we see that again, or is that actually extinct now as well?
I think that is dead, but however, the only way out is tokenized equity. If someone figures out how to tokenize equity effectively, and we're yet to see that be attempted on chain really by anyone, when that is fixed, potentially, but in the current state and form, no. I think TGEs are a way for investors to get out. It's like a second fucking raise. It feels like that's their exit. Like that's them selling the company. It feels like it's them selling the company to the crypto market and exiting on short vesting schedules. And I think everyone is just on to how that plays out right now. And until tokenized equity is alive and well or attempted, I don't think we see that happen.
I think answering no to that question, in my eyes, if I answer no to that question, then I don't believe in crypto anymore, and there's no reason to be here anymore other than to buy Bitcoin.
So when you guys say when you say tokenized equity, Sats, are you basically saying there's a way where, right now the way a traditional VC raise will work for a startup will be there's the private round, you come to whatever the valuation is, and then you do the next round and you have your Series A, Series B, but you're saying obviously we don't know exactly how it would work or how it would be formed, but a way where the token is representative of some amount of that raise or some amount of the true equity in the company pre-IPO, and there's a way to basically verifiably link it to whatever the valuation raise is so that there's a tangible value to it. Is that what you're referring to? Or
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There's got to be something more than just a token. Right? There's got to be something more than just, this is our token and we're going to do some buybacks, but we're going to have all of our VCs who got in before you unlocking every time we do a buyback. So the price actually isn't going to move, and all you guys are dead. Like that whole narrative is dead for me now. It's not something I want to take part in, and I don't think a lot of people do either. So the capital or the amount of capital that's willing to spend there is just not there anymore. So I think until tokenized equity has some attempts, I don't see any of these crazy runners. But that's not to say people who try that we don't get the runners. There's going to be attempts what aren't going to work, but it's about people trying, because that's how we got here. Like at the end of the day, people tried the token route, and it's clear the token route, just having a single token on its own, doesn't really work anymore. Like the only one we've had work out of this cycle is hype, and think how many fucking tokens we had launch. It's absolutely insane. So yeah, it's hard for me to sit here once again and say, oh, we're gonna have these grand TGEs, and when we've seen this cycle, we've had one out of thousands work. So
yeah, definitely. But I mean, so like, what does work? Because a lot of like, for like on-chain cycles, or if TGs aren't going to work, we don't think meme coins are going to work. We have a lot of people saying that we should also be trading on Base right now. That Solana is toast, Solana's cooked. Base AI season is where you should be trading. That's and I think the general reason people say that is because the type of person trading on Base is not the type of person trading on Solana. Therefore, floors are going to be higher.
I'll say this now. Yeah, no, I'll say this now. The difference is it's the same traders, but base liquidity pools work different. Base liquidity pools are 50-50. Solana is 80-20. So it's they definitely trade differently. They're more liquid, and like that's something we're trying to do at Bonk at the moment. Like replicate how base tokens trade and have them on Solana. But that's the reason they trade different. It's the same traders.
Yeah, I think it's the same traders too, and I think it's the same things we're trading. They're just like they're still memes. They're just bullshit AI tokens that with different liquidity pools. And people are saying, oh, like base AI is like where it's at, and like FOMO, in my opinion, has made it so like if you're an idiot like me who doesn't want to bridge, I can just go on the FOMO app and I can do what I do to a Solana chart right on Base really easily. I can do the same dumb things. I can buy and sell as many times as I want to really easily. And there's just no difference whatsoever. And I think that is such a fallacy. And like how many base tokens do I need to see scanned in a chat that are at like 1.2 million with a decent looking chart with 150K of daily volume that are going to top out at 2 million? They get scanned over and over and over and over and over again. The same fucking coins. It drives me insane.
What does that mean, those stats? When you were breaking down the liquidity pools, 80-20 versus 50-50, what can you explain
like
that?
On the bonding curve, 80% on Solana right now, on the bonding curve, 80% of the tokens are sold on market. And on Base, only 50% of the tokens are sold on like pre-bond, and then the rest goes to the pool. So in theory,
and when does the bonding happen?
I'm actually not sure on Banker.
Why do we need this bonding mechanism?
Because otherwise, without the bonding curve, it would be like how ETH traded back in the day, where people could just pull the liquidity, and the liquidity wouldn't be locked.
That, and I also think it legally protects these launchpads from not, or us even. Like if you dev a token, the bonding curve is what pushes it live to the blockchain. Like you don't technically do that. It's the bonding curve, so it's a smart contract. I think it's a legal thing as well.
Yeah, I'm going to be pump sort of. I guess they invented the bonding curve, but it needs some work. It needs some work on where it is right now, and it's come a long way. Like I don't know what it was back in the day. I don't know what the split was, but it wasn't 80-20. Like back in 2024, and the reason it's been moved to 80-20 now is because the illusion of prices mattered, and people wanted these fast-moving charts will go to multi-millions. But now people are realizing the market cap actually doesn't really matter, and it's more about what liquidity is like.
Does everyone know this about liquidity? I didn't know this until right now, and I feel like I'm pretty tapped into this stuff, but I had no clue that that's a way that they were that they were engineering charts to go up.
I mean, it's just that there's just thinner pools.
Yeah. And I
Yeah,
knew
and
pools were thinner. You could tell it when PumpSwap launched, that it was
yeah,
immediately
that
like,
that
this
was
is
the
worse.
changing point when the
Yeah.
pools went from Radium to PumpSwap. So yeah, it's an interesting. We're gonna have a stab at it this week on trying different ways, like different pools, and see how it works.
How
But
does that
yeah,
affect the bundling problem sets? Like, for those who aren't familiar with bundling, it's like basically any token that's launched right now, you've got some group of people probably who are involved, either the deployer or people who are aware it was going to be deployed, while pre-bond or immediately post-bond, they're just snatching up like 70% of the token supply. And then if it catches momentum, they're just slowly selling it off, which is why you see that price action on these new pairs. But does the bonding curve relative to all this like affect the ease of bundling? Like, is there a way to make it harder for people to do that or more expensive for people to do that?
yeah, there is a way, and I think it's going to take some trialing testing from our end, because it's like I was thinking, like, let's move the market cap up of when these tokens launch, so it's going to be effectively a higher cost to bundle. But then we run into a lot of other issues what I didn't even think of, and so we're going to try the liquidity change, and then we're going to maybe try the next week, like introduce higher market cap launches, which will effectively it prices a lot of the bundlers out. So the cost to get, say, 7 to 80 or 70 or 80% on the bonding curve right now is like 8K. Say if the token's launching at a 4 or 5x higher, it's going to cost a significant amount more. So it doesn't make sense to be risking 25, 30, 40K to fucking get a whole bundle down if you're not taking it seriously. So
One more
yeah,
question for you. I know like this would be very difficult to enforce, and this is just a pure hypothetical, but like very difficult to enforce because obviously people would just keep switching wallets and use tons of different wallets and everything. But is there a theoretical possibility of like a way that you could like in an automated way use AI or whatever to like flag like red flag like bundle activities where basically like if a wallet is offloading and it was flagged as like being part of a bundle or whatever, I guess you can't freeze like sales because of, unless you have, I guess if it was a token 22 standard, then you actually can.
yeah.
But like, is there a way you could do it to be very basic? I'm thinking, is there a way to make bundling, if you get caught, very punitive, like extremely punitive, where you cannot execute the bundle without compromising the integrity of like permissionless, activity on the
Mm,
blockchain? But like,
I don't think so. I don't think so. And I think the one thing, Axiom are getting a lot of shit right now for this whole split now thing and making it easier for bundles. But however, they've also implemented a thing where it will track wallet timings and when these bundles are created. So say if you fund 100 wallets, it might come all from exchange wallets, but they're funded in the same 5-minute intervals. So Axiom will pick up and link all the wallets together and still show you as a bundle or an Axiom. And still show even though they haven't interacted, none of the wallets have interacted with each other. There's nothing. The bundle will still show just based on timings. But yeah, to answer your question, probably not. I think that would piss a lot of people off. People would be trying to hang me on the blockchain for that
no, but
change.
that's good. We like those people they're doing bad things. So
Yeah,
if
but
they're pissed off, good, right? Like you're losing your ability to be a bad actor. No, not a
yeah,
lot of sensitivity there for those people.
yes and no, because in this space, the unfortunate reality is bundlers have to exist. Should I say this? Yeah, fuck it. Um, or, um, ooh, um, maybe I shouldn't say. Fuck it. What I've noticed, like the reason bonk pairs trade weird, or the reason why that narrative got pushed, because it was a reality, especially on USD1 pairs. Our Sol pairs were fine. But I like when we really thought about like why are bonk pairs trading differently? Is it trader mentality around bonk versus pump, or is it something different? And what I what my conclusion was is that it's very, very hard to bundle USD1 tokens. So bonk tokens as of right now on USD1 struggle to be bundled. So in theory, you're actually trading what the real liquidity conditions are at the moment, and that's why the token goes up and goes down pretty fast as well, because there is no bundle, and the token is usually near 100% circ. If there is a bundle, it's 10 to 15%. Compared to if you're trading on Solana and you're trading a Sol pair, it's easy to 100% get down 40 to 50% of supply every single time on tools what are very, very known to everyone in the trenches. But yeah, on USD1 pairs, it's not possible. Or it is possible, but it's a lot harder and it can be a lot more expensive, and it's way less consistent. So yeah, that's why the USD1 pairs trade a little different, and Sol pairs trade like they do now. But yeah, it's been an interesting few weeks. A lot of discoveries what I've made, and just how things work. And I see everyone's feedback, and I'm like, it's about working out why this is happening, because it's like people's feedback is like, oh my god, bonk tokens trade so differently to pump, and it's like, oh yeah, okay, a bit like why, and yeah, that's the conclusion I've come to.
Yeah, the last thing I want to say on this topic is like, I think the unfortunate reality is no matter how much we want bad actors to not exist, these bad actors are good for making money for the launchpads. They are the reason that there is activity on the launchpads today than the fees. Like, without people trying to bundle new pairs and find scamming on Pump Fund is probably Pump Fund's biggest source of revenue.
Yeah,
like they're incentivized for these people to continue these behaviors, and to that's who their customer is to some degree. Like, we want the customer to be us because we want billion-dollar memes, but I think we're looking at it wrong. We're not.
But that's been the
we're not
evolution. That's what it's turned into.
We're not the target customer. So why somebody needs to build Pump Fund can't be everything to everybody. I think it either can be the place where the bundlers go and you gamble on lottery tickets and you PvP each other. And I think Bonk Fund or another launchpad has the opportunity to be the launchpad for traders who want runners and community and things like that. I think there needs to be two places. I don't think one person can be everything to everybody.
The reality is, this is another thing which is like, maybe I shouldn't say or should say, but at this point, I feel like everyone in the trenches knows. For tokens that go up right now, there is a bundle 100% of the time. Whether people like it or not, whether people like that reality or they want to disagree with me, it's 100% true. How big these bundles are is up to their discrepancy, but in my opinion, they're very, very high because liquidity is just not here in this market. And we're seeing that now. It's just things struggle a lot. And yeah, bundles are here to stay, unfortunately. They have to be here to stay for number to go up, but there's ways to make life easier for traders, make them more like liquid tokens, try and make the cost of bundling a little harder, price a lot of the bad actors out. But yeah, it's tough, and it always comes back to this game has been played for a long time now. This game of the trenches has been going on for 2.5 years. Tools are very, very advanced. I mean, you can the fact that you can split wallets and you can multi-wallet on Axiom and fund them all from Split Now and Change Now and have complete freshies all deployed from seemingly exchanges is crazy. It's crazy. So
yeah,
that's where we are.
I think Pump Fund's business model was fundamentally different 2 years ago. A lot of these advanced tooling, advanced tools for traders and deployers didn't exist. And therefore, there was a little bit more of a purity. I don't think it originally was the case, as you said, Wood, where their primary source of revenue was from this type of activity. Yeah. It is clearly now. I guess I would take the stance of I'm more for rather than accepting that this is how it is and just coming to terms with we need these people for the ecosystem to thrive. I think that's bullshit. I think, yeah, we probably need to cleanse, but let's get I would lean towards how can we achieve a full cleanse of the trenches? How can we try to rid this being the norm? Let's get rid of this being the norm. Let's try to flip that away. And if that means prices are lower, it means prices are lower. but they already are that. This is just an illusion that is damaging people, that is kind of hunting out those that are left that don't know how it works, or everyone knows how it works and they're just playing the game. Then I just don't see the necessity for it. I'd rather see a full cleanse. I'd rather see Pump Fund be held accountable. I'd rather see launch pads try more sustainable solutions. I know that's not their incentives. I get that. I know that what I'm suggesting is unlikely, but I actually think if we wanted a chance to see on-chain become a little healthier and thrive again, I think we need to rip the Band-Aid off and just tear this thing down to its core again. But that's my personal opinion.
No, and you know what? Is someone who's seen how this game is played this past month or so, I completely agree. It's fundamentally not sustainable as it is right now. And the methods for making a coin go up is literally you buy the coin and you're like, I hope the launchpad pumps this. What sort of game are we playing here? Like that's this is not how this game should be played, in my opinion, and it's completely unsustainable. And it just leads to people buying and selling random shit all day, getting burned so much just because they're all anticipating, oh my god, is this the next launchpad crime? Are we slipped in the bundle here? Like, it's not a sustainable game to play, and one I don't think is plus EV right now. But we're getting there. We're going to make some changes. I think our plan is. Oh, I know our plan is. I'm the one fucking building it. But is to have weekly changes, and we're going to push them for 3 days. If the trenches don't adopt it, I'm just going to fucking cut it and delete it. And then the next week, we're going to try something different. And then the week after, we're going to try something different. We're going to see what sticks. And hopefully we rebuild from what we know now with different systems for what people like and what works. But I feel like that is the only way. Like, people love to complain, but like, if we play the game how it's being played right now, we're just making it worse. And we're producing the race to the bottom, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean, it certainly is currently a race to the bottom. Everybody that when I saw that 100 wallet thing, I kind of like had a heart attack.
It's boring, man. Like, it's fucking boring. Like,
it's boring. It's like it's not even worth it. I actually, I don't hold a single coin outside of Bitcoin right now.
No, and this is even coming
from it. It's not worth it.
Yeah, literally, this is coming from someone who is running a launchpad right now. Yeah, it's fucking broken right now. You, as a normal participant, you're playing against someone so advanced with all this tooling, all these multi-wallet systems, and like all these things designed to take your money right now, and it's not sustainable. And the more we burn people, I saw someone on the timeline saying the other day, he goes, we can't say the trenches are in a bad state because then people are going to leave. And it's like, what? So you want me to sit here and glaze the trenches and say it's all so amazing and fucking roses and fairies, just so people don't leave and keep their money? Like, what?
I think
Especially
the
when
craziest,
it's so obviously broken.
I think the craziest thing is that a lot of these people who are even actively trading and fully up to speed using every one of these advanced tools, they're not even that profitable right now.
No, it's like probably not even profitable, full stop. Like, people make money on Punch and then give it back the next week, give it back the next 2 weeks. It's doing the same thing. So
yeah, keeping your money in this market is so hard. You need to literally be so disciplined and not give it back to the market. And even when you are trading these things, you're trading against bundles with unlimited supply and people with tools far greater than anything you have. And those people with the tooling are fighting against each other. And then there's just like me on the Jupiter app, like pressing buy $1,000. And then they're just like, oh, Wood bought $1,000, time to sell $1,000, And it's like,
honestly, you say that as a joke, but people have your wallet.
I'm not joking. I'm very serious.
People will see that you bought. People see that you bought. You have copy traders, and people will be like, "Great exit liquidity.
Exit liquidity. Wood's the top signal now. He's washed. He was so 2024 or whatever the year was.
It used to be that the exit liquidity was, we're gonna get listed on Binance, and all the normies are gonna buy our bags, and that's gonna be our exit liquidity. Now it's, oh man, we're at 400K market cap, and Wood just bought $500 worth. That's we got our exit liquidity. Let's get out of this.
Yeah, that is so true. It's either a cold buying is the top, or it's going. my God, Bonk or Pump have to crime this one. They have to do it. They have to. And it's like, no, we don't. No, we don't, bro. We don't have to. We don't have
We don't have to do anything.
We don't have to do anything. Like,
I'm gonna make money. Like Bonk and Pump are like, I'm gonna make money whether I crime it or not. Like, fuck you guys.
It's a terrible narrative when someone buys the coin and they go, they have to crime this, and when we don't, it's fuck you guys. You guys didn't buy my bags.
I'm not gonna lie, you haven't crimed a coin in like 2 weeks, and I'm fucking pissed.
Yeah, I mean, I realized like when we were playing the game, and I was like, wow, this isn't sustainable. I was like, the things that just like generally have to change for this game to survive another like ever since we saw Punch now top it wherever it did, people's
45.
mind was like, okay, yeah, the ceiling is here. The ceiling's here.
So it's there.
Like, yeah, it
Punches
couldn't get any more viral than that. Like,
it can't get any more viral, and I think that for me, I tweeted out that if Punch couldn't surpass Penguin, then I would quit the trenches, and I quit the trenches. I'm out. Like literally, I was like, if that's the game we're gonna punch. That monkey made me feel so many feelings, and I loved that monkey. Everyone loved that monkey. It was so viral. Yeah. It was tweeted out during the State of the Union. It was on every Instagram account. It's still on Instagram every day by like major news sources, like following his life, and it's at like 15 million right now.
Yeah, Swizzle was having fucking dinners, and people were talking about it. Like it doesn't get any more viral than that. And that proves that once again, like this system we have right now is flawed. Players with big money do not want to play, and it's about finding other ways for them to want to engage in the trenches again, which means fundamental changes to how the bonding curve works, fundamental changes to how everything works. Because I think of this as an individual like myself, not as a Bonk participant or something. And I'm like, in this current state of the trenches, would I be playing? And the answer is a hard no. And until I can get our liquidity in a state and just how things work in a state to where I can be like, this is a game I would actually be interested in playing, then I'll be happy. Then I'll consider my work done.
You guys know what's crazy? I'm sitting here listening to you guys talk about this, and I'm like, these are the same types of people who are giving you an opinion right now on Iran closing the Strait of Hormuz.
Hell yeah, hell yeah, we are.
Like these are the geopolitical experts.
Yeah, we are.
To bring it full circle.
Yeah, we are.
Like, they have very strong opinions about how this works, and it's like, wow, you guys are either extremely diverse and well-rounded skill set, or there's some people who have some strong opinions that maybe they are a little out of their league.
Maybe they don't know.
We went from being meme coin experts to tariff experts to now what else have we been experts of?
I was a MicroStrategy expert.
MicroStrategy expert over there. Some people out there are polymarket experts now. Now we're just geopolitical experts. We can cover every single topic. Know everything about it.
Yeah, you know what people are? Forecasters. They're forecasters. They're like GCRs. Yeah, they're forecasters.
People are GCRs, except for me. Swizzle, about 3 episodes, asked me why I was bullish on a coin, and I was just like, I don't even know why I'm bullish on the coin.
He's like, don't ask me that question.
Doesn't know it gets defensive on why he's bullish.
I was like, oh, this coin's great. And Swizzle was like, why is this coin great? Like, what does it do? And I was like, I actually don't have any fucking idea. But someone else said they liked it, and I think this person's smart, so I also think it's good. So that's who you're playing with right now.
You know what was the best coin in recent history, and this might piss a lot of people off because it was so easy to understand. It was the best. It was a fucking base token. It was the Malt Book one, what ripped up, and like it was so easy to understand, and that was a great token. And now it's like, oh my god, our AGI is solving world hunger in 5 different ways, and it's like, no, it isn't. No, it isn't.
Let's just keep it simple. Let's keep it what it is.
Yeah, keep it simple.
Keep it simple. All right, cool. I got to wrap it up here, boys. I have to go, or my wife might murder me. In other news, guys, I got a minivan over the weekend. I'm really going full dad.
Wow!
I want you guys to laugh.
That's a big move.
Shit, man.
Big move.
Minivan is the primary vehicle for you now. Yeah.
Well,
is that your go-to?
It's my go-to. I got children and dogs and a life, guys. I'm an old man.
Funny enough, my brother just bought one as well, and
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, he just turned 30 as well. So I think it's one of them things like you get in your 30s and you got to get one. You have a you have a kid, a dog, and you turn 30. You're like, fuck, minivan time.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't have one yet, and I have no reason to. I don't have kids or whatever. But man, I do like minivans though.
Oh, here we go.
I can't say I haven't thought about it.
It's really comfortable. I like gotten it and I was like, I don't want to like this. I don't want to like this. My ego can't take this, but it's awesome.
First of all, it's a ticking time bomb on the minivan.
I might pull up some minivan listings here after the show.
Oh man! All right, go download FOMO. Promo code RISKON. 10% off your trading fees. We'll be back Friday, 12 o'clock Eastern, back to our normal time. Let's keep Sats in our thoughts and prayers. Wish him luck. Hope he's safe on Friday, and we'll be back. Thanks, guys.
Maybe skip the gym today, Sats.
Yeah, maybe.
Never.
Yeah.